thought about history. What does my history really look like? I thought about my parents. They migrated here from Mississippi, Macomb, Mississippi. Two black young children with a dream. They came out west, out to Oxnard, California, where my father was given an opportunity as a dishwasher to work at a place called Colonial House. The Colonial House was a family-style restaurant where our family often got the leftovers for somebody's party. My father quickly moved up, and eventually he became a banquet manager. But my mother was a stay-at-home mom for a while. What I saw as a child growing up was 8 kids. She had 9 kids, she lost one. A kid every year. She fell into depression, which we later learned that it was postpartum depression. My mom had a nervous breakdown. I didn't understand what was going on. She ended up in Camarillo State Hospital, and I said to myself, what's wrong with mom? She was not herself. She was not herself. But what I understand now is that she was depressed. Fast forward to a middle child, myself. As my mom was never home, we raised ourselves. My father always worked. So I was a middle child, and we all stayed in sports up until the time I got kicked off the basketball team. Once I got kicked off the basketball team, I started hanging out with the wrong crowd. I became pregnant, afraid to tell someone. At 15, pregnant, wearing a trench coat through the whole entire summer of 1981. I look at my life now and I said, how did I get here? And it is because of the history that I share with my parents. I knew I could be driven. If I wanted something, I could do it, but all I had to do was focus. My father became ill in 2013. He was diagnosed with cancer. My siblings and I didn't agree. I work in hospice. I understood the journey. He wanted to die peacefully, but they fought every step of the way. One day I was watching him and I looked at him and I said, hey, I'm gonna take a comedy class and talk about your children. He said, from his hospital bed, you should do it. Before he died, I was able to show him my first 8 minutes of comedy. Since 2013, Denise Carter, a black woman who had no chance having a child at 15, is a headliner at Levity Live in Oxnard next Thursday. I am proud to say I can do what I want because I focused. My 15-year-old self had a child at 15. That daughter got a master's degree and works for the federal government. She says, Mom, I sit in the office, I've got a very high security clearance. I'm what you would call a badass. I said, where you get that from? She said, you. There was nothing I could not do. And when she sits in these offices and she thinks about the life that she thought I had, I'm envious of her. I'm a dreamer, and I'm gonna dream into the day I die. Because without a dream, we can't survive the things that are in our head and we often don't know. She is a black woman married to a white man in Huntsville, Alabama, working for our federal government, trying to figure out her way. But what she said to me was, Mom, it'll be okay. And I was like, wow, she inspires me every day. I look at my life now as I work in healthcare and I see people on a journey of hospice that I never thought I would be there watching other people's journey. But the journey of telling a story in your history, it's only the history that makes us better from where we are today. I can tell you, I had no idea I would be here after talking to Sophie and Diane. Here I am looking at what Starfish Connection did for me. I went to their plunge, I think it was last year, at a beach that I was surprised. I was like, I don't know if I'm getting in the ocean. But from there, I told a story in a truck called a Talk-O truck. I was amazed about the way it made me feel. And tonight when I got here, I was reminded that I was one of the women that had an opportunity to share my story with a woman here that didn't know me. She made me feel comfortable in this taco truck. So I feel like I, Denise Carter, can stand here and talk to you about my past, my history, and I also started a podcast. It's called Hanging Out with the Carters. So thank you, all of you, for hanging out with Denise Carter. Thank you.